Reacher Season 3 Episode 7 Recap. Reacher faces epic romantic highs and professional lows. Following the rip-roaring events of last week's episode in the Prime Video knockout Reacher, in which the titular protagonist Alan Ritchson finally came face-to-face with his arch-nemesis Xavier Quinn Bryant and had to literally put the pedal to the metal after his cover was blown, devoted viewers are growing more and more excited as the season finale draws nearer. An enraged Quinn sent the vicious behemoth Polly Olivia Richters and his other henchmen to take out Reacher, but of course they were no match for the formidable and fierce hero. Worried that she has no way of ever finding Teresa Storm Steenson now that Reacher's been exposed as a rat, Duffy Sonia Cassidy is shocked when he claims that they may have another angle to work after all, ending episode 6 on a cliffhanger when he declares they're heading to Los Angeles. With just 2 episodes left in the exhilarating 3rd season, the penultimate episode, entitled L.A. Story, sets the stage for an explosive, action-packed grand finale that is sure to dazzle, delight, and entertain fans as everything reaches an epic crescendo for Reacher and the gang. Hoping to set up a crucial deal, Reacher and Duffy set out for Los Angeles to hunt down Quinn's money-laundering associate Darian Prado, tricking the Crooked Gallery owner into setting up a private meeting with Beck Anthony Michael Hall so that they can convince him that teaming up with them and the DE is his only logical option. Despite assuring the two-time felon that they'll be on their merry way after he makes the important phone call, the determined duo gets the last laugh when the cops show up to search Darian's place of business, effectively sealing his fate much to Duffy's delight. Reacher begins to see just how important finding Teresa truly is to Duffy after they make a brief pit stop in Boston to talk with the missing CI's grandmother, with the Dog D agent declaring that they will bring her granddaughter safely home. While in LA, the pair share a heartfelt moment during which Reacher commends Duffy for her dedication and genuine concern for finding Teresa, understanding that the young woman's life must be saved before he exacts his revenge against Quinn. Refusing to deny their mutual attraction any longer, Reacher and Duffy take their relationship to the next level and end up having sex. Meanwhile, the mysterious Teresa is finally shown and is being held by Quinn, with the demented arms dealer drugging the CI in order to keep her weak and obedient. Over in Chicago, Neagley Maria Sten goes on her own mission to gain intel after surviving a botched hit back at her office, with the savvy private investigator tracking down Quinn's old fixer, Kostopoulos. She learns that Quinn has a track record of taking over businesses and threatening the owners into submission before ultimately tying up loose ends and tackling a new target. Neagley warns Beck about what's to come. Back in Boston, Reacher and Duffy enlist Neagley to meet up with Beck under the pretense that she is one of Damian Prado's delegates so that Quinn won't get suspicious. And during the important face-to-face, the PI tells the trapped father and businessman that both he and Richard Johnny Berchtold are in grave danger. She reveals that Quinn will do the exact same thing to him and his son that he has done to all the other families he's targeted, brutally murder them before setting up shop elsewhere. Neagley tells Beck that Reacher is his only hope of survival, but to get their help he must spy on Quinn and identify where and when the arms deal will go down. Beck doesn't need much convincing as he already endured a traumatic experience of his own at the hands of Quinn, as he forced Richard to play a gut-wrenching game of Russian roulette in front of his father, before cutting off his ear just like he had previously done to his son. Wanting to keep his son safe at all costs, Beck agrees to rat out Quinn and help Reacher and the DA, with the decision becoming even more crystal clear after he shares an emotional and cathartic moment with Richard after he discovers the toy pistol from his childhood. When it comes to Jack Reacher, nothing ever stays simple for long. Episode 7 of Reacher Season 3, Epic Romantic Highs and Professional Lows, might just be the most emotionally charged and professionally punishing episode yet. As the body count rises and the stakes escalate, Reacher finds himself caught in a dual storm, his heart pulling him one way, his mission dragging him another. The episode kicks off in the aftermath of Episode 6's warehouse shootout, where Reacher and his team barely made it out alive. Still nursing a shoulder wound, Reacher is quieter than usual. There's a brooding tension in his usually confident gait, and it's not just about the mission. The camera lingers as he watches Detective Margot Connolly speak with local law enforcement. The way he looks at her says it all, something's changed. The mission itself is teetering on the edge. Homeland Security is breathing down Reacher's neck, demanding results and threatening to pull the plug on the off-the-books operation. Reacher, who's never played well with bureaucrats, is beginning to lose patience. His lead suspect, tech billionaire Julian Kessler, is slipping through legal loopholes, and the evidence Reacher needs is locked behind layers of red tape and encrypted servers. But it's the emotional arc that steals the spotlight this week. When Margot confronts Reacher about the risks he's taking, things get real. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Reacher admits he's not just afraid of losing the mission, he's afraid of losing her. Their chemistry, simmering since episode 1, finally boils over in a surprisingly tender scene. A quiet conversation turns into a passionate kiss, and for the first time in what feels like forever, Reacher allows himself a moment of peace. But peace never lasts in Reacher's world. Just when things start to go right personally, the professional foundation crumbles. Neagly, Reacher's ever-reliable second-in-command, uncovers damning intel. Someone inside their operation is feeding Kessler information. A mole. The betrayal cuts deep, especially when suspicion falls on someone Reacher personally recruited. This revelation sends Reacher into one of his trademark slow burn rages. You can feel the tension build as he confronts each team member with surgical precision. His interrogation of Sergeant Blake is especially intense, a masterclass in psychological warfare. There's no yelling, just a cold, clinical dismantling of the man's alibi until he breaks. But it turns out Blake is just a pawn, manipulated by someone higher up. As the team reels from this revelation, Margot takes a dangerous solo step, trying to tail one of Kessler's associates. She's captured, of course. This is Reacher after all, and the moment Reacher finds out, he shifts into a mode fans know all too well, cold, calculated fury. The last 15 minutes of the episode are a ticking time bomb of action and emotion. Reacher storms an abandoned theater where Margot is being held. The sequence is shot with gritty, handheld urgency, tight corners, flickering lights, and that visceral thud of Reacher's fists making contact. It's not just about saving Margot. It's about reclaiming control over a mission that's spiraling fast. When he finally reaches her, bloodied and bruised, the moment is quieter than expected. She's tied up, shaken but defiant. "Took you long enough," she says, voice cracked but strong. Reacher unties her without a word, but the look he gives her says everything: relief, guilt, affection. The final scene pulls no punches. Back at the safe house, the team is fractured. Trust is broken. Reacher is forced to call in an old favor from his military days, one that comes with a heavy price. Margot, meanwhile, makes a decision of her own. She's seen what this life does to people. "I don't want to be collateral damage in your war," she tells Reacher, her voice trembling with conviction. Reacher, for once, is speechless. As the episode fades to black, he stands alone on a rooftop overlooking the city. Wind whipping at his coat, eyes scanning the horizon, the weight of everything he's gained and what he's about to lose weighs heavily on him. Final thoughts. Episode 7 is a masterstroke in balancing emotional vulnerability with high-stakes intensity. The romantic subplot, long teased, finally delivers, giving Reacher fans a rare glimpse into the man behind the muscle. But it comes at a cost. The professional setbacks aren't just tactical,